Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Gamestah's Heroes of the Storm Ember series. Once again, my name is Kit Fox. This time, we have got Royal Allegiance going up against the Gaming Gladiators. They went head-to-head last week, so they're going back at it toe-to-toe again. Once again, a good welcome to Skimmy and Starving over in NZ. Boys, how are you?
Good, thanks, mate. And yourself?
We're getting
Oh,
there, mate. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's making it work.
It's round two. It is on, and here we go. The winners from last round were G5, Fission, and Fusion. Tetra still, unfortunately, yet to pick up a win this week, as well as I believe the Royal Allegiance guys are still winless for the entire Ember series. Confirm, deny.
Yeah, so we're going to have to wait and see how they come up on top of that one. But a couple of interesting games have been going down today. So I believe, these teams obviously gone up against each other in the past here. And their first ban on the side of the bans here is a Dragon Show inside the Gaming Gladiators, and then Towers of Doom is the response for Royal Allegiance.
Yeah, Gaming Gladiators just saw what happened on Dragon Show there. Not keen on any of that whatsoever.
Nope.
But just to bring you back to the last week when these two teams faced up against each other, Gaming Gladiators did actually take the match out 1-0.
Yep.
So Royal Allegiance looking to bounce on back and find their mojo.
The team formerly known as Onyx Esports, I believe.
Being picked up by the RA organization.
Yeah, so nice to see them, doing new things and pushing their weight around in the NZ scene. Going to have to see how they go along in the coming weeks. But a couple more bands have come out and surfaced, and one of them is Blackheart's Bay, Sky Temple, and Battlefield of Eternity, and another one, the sixth, being Garden of Terror. How do you say sixth?
Six? I mean, running down the six with my woes.
Yeah,
Get a bit of Drake in here,
Ooh,
mate. You
a
know,
bit of
get a bit
Drake,
rowdy right now. But Cursed
Yeah.
Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen are the ones that are left on this map. A small map versus a big map. Which do you fancy?
I would have to say Tomb of the Spider Queen. Not a big fan of Curse Holly. You see a lot of global pressure and to run stuff, and you can't capture the point. If you play a quick match like me because you're not good, then you'll find yourself, first curse comes up. 7 minutes later, you're still fighting for it, and it's just the story of the game. So,
Hey,
but when you've got big teams like this, that's when it gets exciting. So,
Cursed
Curse
Hollow.
Hollow. So, they're BMing me there a wee bit. The first band coming out of RA, and they're not hesitating one bit. They're saying, I am not prepared for Illidan.
Yeah, they're going to play a much more strategic game on Cursed Hollow. Bear in mind, I believe Renovasha actually took on MVP Black here and actually gave them a bit of a run for their money. MVP will tell you that they're sort of just sizing out the opponent, but it's a map more based on sort of strategy and rotations, far more than just mechanically outplaying your
Quite a
opponent.
large map, isn't it, as well? So if you, choose to abandon a curse, you do have a lot of time.
There's a lot of
to
thought
push
processes that go behind what you're doing, so it's not just a case of running in, getting a kill, and sweet as we won the game. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, Illidan and Kelfar's arguably the best picks in the game right now, taken straight away off the board. Sonya now locked in, very first pick for Royal Allegiance.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Skimmy, it's quite strange that Illidan is being banned out so often recently, and because, we didn't see a lot of play from him in a long time, and it's good to see him coming back into the scene. So,
Ever since that rebuff,
So-
he's just become that much more strong.
if I had the chance to shake his hand and welcome him back to the family, I would, but he's a digital creation. So.
I mean, Sonya's a really, really strong pickup here as well because, with that stun nerf, arguably she's even better than she was before. But, with Kelfar's taken away, Game Gladiators once again say we want a wizard. We're comfortable in Leeming. We know we can get resets. And what do they decide to follow up with this one here?
Rhaegar, very, very nice pickup there. That's going to slow down the Sonya ever so slightly, might force her to pick up that talent that reduces the amount of CC while Whirlwind is active. So that'd be pretty interesting to see if Sonya picks that up. But just to harp on about the Li Ming, just a wee bit more, the extended range on her abilities, the range on her abilities in general, going to be so good for stopping those curses being picked up. So it's a very, very strong pick, I must say. Falstad being hovered for the team, Royal Allegiance and global pressure, that is indeed. So he'll be able to fly across the map. There's the potential for the gusts, which can actually disengage, engage fights, or, do all of the above.
Yeah, the global pressure is really what Royal Allegiance are valuing right now, and they're looking for the Zagara as well, which is no stranger to a map like this. A lot of vision, a lot of interrupts, given that she has the Roachlings as well as the Hydralisks to really just get on you, bully you out of the lane, establish a lead early on, and prevent you from capping that tribute.
Yeah, really snowballing the game into a sense where you're always responding to the pushes of the Zagara. You're always coming back and forth, trying to respond to things, and that's really what she excels at. The second band actually coming out for Gaming Gladiators was Uther, such a strong band, and the band coming out for Royal Allegiance as well was Thrall. So both of those bands so strong. Both,
arguably banning out their counterparts. You know, Rhaegar,
exactly.
a great support. Uther, his best next. Sonya, arguably sort of countered by Thrall. So two top-tier bruisers and supports both taken and banned out. Gaming Gladiators now with 2 picks of their own to look to sort of establish their comp just a little bit more now. Both tanks available on the board, be it ETC and Mirrodin. At this stage, I would be preferring that Mirrodin just to sort of jump on in and make things happen, but it depends how they're going to try and fold this one on.
I think Mirrodin would work really well here. It would give Zagara a bit of a hard time as well, getting everything down, but wow, hovering the Nubarak. So that's a very interesting pick, not something we see all the time. I believe there are a few star players in the ANZ scene, though, notably Robodoba, that loves his Nubarak. So, you know, that's always fantastic seeing a character like that, and there's such a cool model as well. I'm a big fan of Warcraft 3. So, gonna have to wait and see what they're picking up for their 4th pick here, but you know, what are you thinking so far? But there's only 3 characters picked for each team.
With the Nubarak being picked up, it sort of predicts that they want to have some dives. So I'm expecting them to have somebody else to dive on in with them. So be it the Grey Main, now that Thrall and Sonya being taken away, Illidan 2. You want somebody else that's going to get into the fold of things. Zul currently being hovered, whether or not that's what they want to go for, gives them another frontline option. And that's what they're going to go for. So not one of the best maps for Zul, arguably, because it is so big, so the rotations aren't going to be as clear and crisp for him. But still, you can't question the amount of push power that he has to offer.
Oh, of course, especially going up against Zagara, you really need a character that can kind of counteract that to a degree. So, yeah, quite a nice pickup in that regard. And also, the Poison Novas are just huge as well. And look at Royal Allegiance now. They're actually hovering the Karazim. That's pretty interesting. In fact, the Uther has been banned, so maybe they're looking to get the Divine Palm off, the similar mechanic.
Standard option,
we did talk about that last time. So they picked up their support. Now I'm expecting them to pick up a tank, Skimmy. And what tank do you think really well suits their team comp, and something that would throw Gaming Gladiators off their feet a wee bit here?
I personally think it's going to be Mirrodin on their side. I mean, ETC right now is not going to have as much value as he'd like going up against Gaming Gladiators. But, you know, it depends how they're going to try and do this, because if they go for sort of that pick tank, they might try and gust somebody away and even go 7-sided strike. But here I am thinking outside the box. Depends how they want to practice and perform. But I believe Mirrodin is going to be the one for this one.
Yeah, it would be a very, very nice pickup as well. They've got a lot of time to think about this one. It's going to be 48 seconds from now to be exact. So, you know, I'm not going to blame them for taking their time on this one. You know, of course, there's going to be their second, or their third front line, I guess you could say, with the Karazim and Sonya. And I'm pretty interested to see how Gaming Gladiators respond to their pick as well. So, you know, they've got 2 bruisers, I guess you could say, Nubarak being the tank, but you know, 2 front lines, and they've got a Rhaegar that can kind of fill the odd space in between the back line and the front line, Skimmy. So look at that. The predictions were right for my analytical friend here, and Mirrodin was picked up, the bronze beard himself. Look at that luscious beard. Maybe we can all have one like that one day.
Yeah, one day I'll grow a beard as mighty as that. Ginger locks and all.
Yeah, ginger locks and
all. Maybe Ninja will do it as well.
Yeah,
Bless him right now in Sweden. But, you know, Mirrodin was the option. I believe there was no real other way for that to go around. Diablo wouldn't have fit in. You know, Stitches wouldn't either. Yeah. Nor would Joanna, because really what they're trying to do is they're trying to dive onto you, and you want to sort of prevent them and peel and find picks where you can. But Dahaka now currently being hovered, and this is going to be a targeted pick to try and counteract what fast they can do. Allow them to be a little bit more cleaner rotations, and if somebody does jump into the fold to prevent you from actually getting in the action, he can dive on into.
Yeah, but what I really like, Skimmy, is how many brushes there are on this map. How many places Dahaka is going to be able to abuse and hop in and out of these brush and just get so many ganks. So something to really be looking out for as well is a Nubarak. He can really burrow into a fight without you even seeing him at all, going over walls and impossible terrain, which is so scary. So, I mean, you know, chuck your comments out in the chat. Who do you think is got the best team comp? Who do you think is going to win this one? Of course, last time we did see them play, I believe we did say before, Gaming Gladiators took that away.
They did, yeah.
So Royal Allegiance, you know, they're coming back in their allegiance, and they want to get a royal victory here. So that's fair call from them. Throw your comments out. Kit Fox, you got anything to add over there?
Yeah, just want to point out that Royal Allegiance are yet to pick up a game this entire Ember series, so that includes this week and last week. Formerly known as Onyx Esports, they are hungry for their first win, and it seems to be they have got a bit of a following in the Twitch chat as well. It looks to be that they're going for Royal Allegiance to come back
Cool.
hard and take down Gaming Gladiators.
You know, something I really like about Royal Allegiance is that they have been around for quite some time, Skimmy. You know, a lot of the, there's been, as we know, ANZ to be, a lot of rotating of the rosters. But, they're a team that has been, obviously formerly known, but they've been around for a long time. And since the Alpha, and a lot of that's the deal with a lot of these players in the ANZ scene as well. So for me personally, and I'm sure I can speak on Skimmy in this degree, that whenever we see teams like this coming back and wanting to play more and more and more, it makes us feel very good. We want to keep casting, we want to keep doing these things because it's always those sort of teams that we like to, punch on with, and even new teams, So if you're a new team and you're thinking about signing up to the good old Ember series, don't fret and don't be scared. Jump on in and, you can make some friends.
Yeah, you might be surprised in actually how you perform, and especially with negative synergy overseas right now, it's your best chance to jump on in.
Perfect time.
And give yourself a bit of a sort of taste of the competitive experience. Grab 5 mates, or grab 4 friends, really, I should say, including yourself, obviously, so you can sort of have a little bit of a...
You can be a coach if you want.
Bit of fun, really, and sort of see what the competitive experience of Heroes of the Storm is like. It's a lot better than solo queue quick match, believe me, in that sense. If you aren't finding those team league games, then, join up as 5, make a team. You're guaranteed 3 matches of varying skills and degree, and... you might even snag yourself some money, be surprised.
Indeed. So we're just waiting up for the game to get ready here. Of course, look at the draft, have a couple of comments about that. Throw your comments out in the chat. Of course, look out for the MVP this game. You're going to be looking out for the best player of the game so they can get themselves the Plantronics headset. Going to be such a good prize there. So you want to be winning. The players want to be winning that. They're going to be making big plays. So who are you going to be looking out for? Is it going to be the Zul? Is it going to be the Li Ming? It's going to be the Ray guy. You just never know. There's so many clutch plays that can come out at any moment.
Looking at these 2 team comps, Starving, I mean, we've got Gaming Gladiators. They've gone for this sort of very melee-heavy comp. They're kind of relying on Li Ming at the back line there. So she's going to have a great time, depending on how she positions, to be pretty well protected. She's going to have a lot of those team members sort of diving in, trying to set up kills for her. And if it does pan out, then she's going to get a lot of resets. And if she goes for the Calamity at 4, the sustain and heal that comes out of Rhaegar can go all on those diving tanks, as they'll be copping a fair beating. But on the other side, you got Royal Allegiance trying to sort of control the fight. They got the Maw, they got the Gus, they have the Divine Palm at the same time to try and bait you out with the timing. So it's going to be a case of execution and whether or not they get kited around Gaming Gladiators or if Royal Allegiance in this
Royal Allegiance playing a very reactive team comp, I guess you could say, in that regard. But it looks like all 10 players are ready. GLHF is the call. Good luck, have fun for any new people there, which I doubt you all know the lingo behind that sort of thing. But here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jumping on into the Curse Hollow. As I mentioned before, scared of this map, so treacherous with the global pressure. Going to be picking up the curse is going to be a big problem there. But on the left-hand side, who do we have there, Skimmy?
On the left-hand side, we do have the Gaming Gladiators. Nunabrak is being played by Zami. Delphir on Rhaegar. LAF Virus is on the Li Ming. Whiskey is on Zul. And Koranian, formerly known, I believe, as... Formerly known as... Actually, I heard who this was, but it's eluded me. I'll find out later. But he's playing Tahaka nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. On the right-hand side, we do see Can't You playing Falstad. Bullcrow on Sonya. Aloe on Muradin. Damage on Zagara. Might be Damage, sorry. Grumshot playing Karazim.
Yeah, so here we go. Thank you for joining us, guys. Week 2 of the Gamestah Ember series. Be sure to tune in every week as we do bring you the coverage from at 7 p.m. AEST on Tuesday evenings. And, bring in your mates. It's open to everybody. Don't be put off by the fact that it is mentioned as a semi-pro league. This is for you to get a taste of the action.
Yeah, it's for you to get, get a taste of the action and maybe try and become a better gamer as well, just by seeing these sort of people play, maybe a bit of a confidence boost. You never really know what does it for some people. So, we're going to be getting into this game, though, in 5 seconds. So both teams, if we just have a quick chance to look over these talents here, Skimmy, you got any insight to those?
Yeah, everything pretty standard across the board. The only thing that really shines out is the fact they've gone for Lightning Bond, which suggests, given the map, that Rhaegar is going to be wanting to play pretty aggressively as well, and being in the mix with the melee.
Wow, look at this already, a fight going down, and look at Dahaka already getting dropped so low. The pings came out nice and fast, saying, you know what, a common play with Dahaka is that he'll go for a nice early brush. It's quite similar to that of Valstad, how you can fly to a very peculiar place on the map very early. And, they smelt it out. They predicted that, Skimmy.
Yeah, so your one to watch really is going to be this Li Ming and seeing how she plays around her team, because that's the team, or basically the team of Gaming Gladiators are looking just to try and set up her kills, so it's going to be crucial for her to execute this one.
Definitely, she's gonna be a very big point in the team comp there. So Zagara gonna have quite a hard time against Zol if she plays.
Which is a
well,
weird
though.
thing to think about, right? You know, Zagara is usually that lane bully that's going to push you out, but it's actually a pretty good matchup for the Zol.
Yeah, the thing is, it depends how you use your abilities, Skimmy. So, and it really depends what talents you pick up. You could pick up the region of the health and mana at level 7, which will allow you to never leave lane. But if you use your Hydralists or your Mutalisks, particularly on Zul, could find him getting a lot of danger. But speaking of danger here, Delphia getting taken very, very low, does actually jump into the wolf and just goes on off there. Jon Snow about it. But look at that, also an engage going to the bottom lane, so a lot of pressure across the all sides of the map here, and maybe a bit of a gank from Bullcrow and Aloe here. Yeah,
they're coming in as Dahaka's already done the damage. He's being forced to tap that well. The rotate from Royal Allegiance is just not quick enough. The damage has been done. The players have already gone away. And Muradin is going to pick up that launch point to scout out for any invaders.
Yeah, and of course at the top lane, they're just going to be going back and forth. Nothing really going to be happening here. Just getting that soak as long as they can. An advantage Can't You does have on Anubarak, though, is of course that he can fly and leave the lane at any point, so he can leave late for certain objectives, Skimmy.
Yeah, indeed. So, I mean, Anubarak's just going to play this one as chill as possible, but look at that. Dahaka goes to the top lane. Bear in mind, it does actually make a sound when you do burrow up, so as long as Can't You's paying attention and the comms aren't going too crazy, he's going to definitely know that Dahaka's in that brush.
I don't actually think he knows just yet, though. He's playing pretty back and forth, it's pretty sketchy, but as you have to be, we actually saw teams playing so well in this sort of regard.
Zami's doing a great job here not to sort of tell that one too well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Oh, the tongue comes out, but it connects with the minion. The patience was good, but unfortunately it doesn't connect.
Yeah, so the first tribute coming out now, Skimmy, and it looks like there will be a fight breaking out as the story goes with these sort of games. Whiskey is standing there in front of Aloe.
Oh no, Li Ming's on her own.
Li Ming actually on her own having to run away there, getting a bit zoned out by Bullcrow. Not the best position you want to be in there, but quite a good position she is in now. Don't think she'll have the range to connect with all those abilities there. So the whole side of Gaming Gladiators here, Can't You flying in with the swag wings and a fight breaking out already. Stuns being used already by Zemi, getting dropped below 20%, using the burrow to get out of there. Earthbind Totem as well as Damage using his Zerglings, and Bullcrow going so deep there, having to take some damage, and Whiskey going in with a whirlwind now. Bullcrow just trying to push them out, but look at Falstead, so low. They're getting shielded up, sub 5% HP. Can you break that fight down a bit, Skimmy? What do you think's happening here?
Yes, it's a big exchange of damage left, right, and center. The burrow is great, so it's soaked a lot of that damage. He just got out, got the well tapped, and it's basically they're going to go back in for a second time around starting.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Bullcrow actually took the whole grunt of that damage there with the whirlwind, trying to get that healing back, but not enough at this stage of the game, I'm afraid. Looks like they're still going for that cap, and what do you do here? Do you back off, or do you keep trying to fight this point? Because no soak has been picked up by both teams at the moment. Aloe looking to try and make some sort of opportunity here. The Roachlings being such a pest, but both teams
there's a drag.
Yeah, big drag, and nice pick coming out onto Karazine there. Really not in the situation to fight. Delphia going solo as well. A nice 1-for-1 trade. Left Forest going solo as well, but the body blocker by Zemi is so huge. Aloe going very low. I do not believe you'll be able to kill a Muradin, but nice tongue action there. He's getting so hot up in here, and Can't You? He certainly can. Goes down, and Left Forest looking to establish another kill, but doesn't quite get that onto the Muradin there. What a fight.
What a fight indeed. And I was just going to make a comment about the fact that they had two global heroes on either side. Well, one apiece, really. And the fact that they've actually committed for a full 5v5. Usually what you see is teams will leave their Dahaka or leave their Faust in a lane soaking just to try and get ahead and say, well, it's the very first curse.
Yeah.
We're not too phased about it. I can actually push down a tower, or I can just keep getting soak and I can reach that level 7 first.
Yeah, so it is quite peculiar, I think, that they fought for so long. Falstad definitely could have flown away there, and also the Dahaka could have gone to the top lane, or any lane, really. So, they do return to the respective lanes now. Easy Camp being picked up by the side of Royal Allegiance that is going to run its way down to the bot lane, and maybe there might be a gank as well, as Sonya and Muradin are coming up by side Li Ming here. Oh, but look at this. Oh, can she get away? Stun being used. Double stun actually layering 2 stuns there. And Aloe, a bit of a misplay there. He has to get out of here. Bullcrow is in a bit of danger as well from the Anubarak, but look at this. The burrow's used. He's body blocking, but no, Dwarven Toss comes off cooldown. Oh man, that would have made his heart jump a wee bit if there's a couple more characters there.
Yeah, Li Ming just playing a little bit too aggressive. Like, bear in mind, that's the comp. You're looking to protect her, and she got peeled and basically taken away. And, Gaming Gladiators were taking the Knights. They were in no position to rotate. Only Zamia was there, and really that Muradin should have been dead.
Indeed, but, when you aren't there, and you can't really complain about that one. So, they did get that pick, and it's going to force them to respond to that. The Easy Camp's going to continue pushing in the bot lane, and now the Tribute is spawning, I guess you can say, on the west-southern side. Southwestern
Bot
side.
left, really.
Yeah, bot left. Let's just keep it normal.
Yeah, let's
left.
keep it south simple. We're not sailors, we're not captains. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We're not on starboard ladder. We're left. All right, you know. But look at that. It's an uncontested Tribute there. So the Tribute being picked up by Rhaegar. Very
But this is what we
nice.
mean, Starving.
Yeah.
Fausted this time around is actually pushing the top lane. He's given it up. But the Haka's now going to respond to it. He chucks at the tongue. It's not going to connect this time. But because that one was in the bot left, that's now 2 for Gaming Gladiators. The next one, as a part of that process, that algorithm means it's going to spawn in the top right-hand corner. So the team know that. They can play around it.
Yeah, and it's, I guess, as good as yours if they actually know that. But make sure, just to mention one more time, ladies and gentlemen, that you are looking out for these MVPs. There's certainly been some pretty buzzy players so far, but you know, Bullcrow going 1v1 up against the Zemi in the bot lane here, just trying to keep soaking that. Maybe a bit of a gank here. The ping is coming out though, can't you? It's just so alert. I'm loving the awareness from Falstad right now.
So look at Faustad. At level 4, he's gone for Static Shield, which is usually what you choose instead of the healing, the lifesteal, if you're versing a very heavy melee comp where you're going to get those maximum amount of stacks going out. So he's looking to try and shield himself up, protect himself from harm's way as he gets in the fold of things, but also coming out from the Li Ming is a full arcane all build so far. So looking to sit back and literally, like we said, let that front line do all the damage, do damage from you know, the safety of your back line.
But Skimmy, look at this, level 10 being picked up, and they actually backed out there. Zul's by himself here. This could be pretty serious for him, but no, he does back out. Damage. He's receiving the damage.
No one's interrupting.
Look at this. They are just going to let this go. Oh, but he does get that Falstaff flying in just in the nick of time. Tongue action by Dahaka. Man, that is such a...
They need to stall for level 10.
They need a stall for this level 10 here. So Sonya's running up now, but so is an Ember. But look at that, just giving it... Yeah, they gave that one away. So your guess is as good as mine, Skimmy. So how are they going to play this? Falstad is running up to the top lane now to kind of get some information. Aloe taking the front line for a bit of a fight here. Might be a bit of engaged. Bullcrow getting CC'd. Wrath the Berserker already being popped. And a nice cocoon being popped there. So a bit of an unusual... Oh! Big interrupt onto Kanyu. Popping the Interland Blast, but it didn't even go off. 3-man more as well. That is pretty huge. Aloe is taking the front line, still getting tongued and back in. And oh, my friend, that is not a way you want to be going. That's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about there.
Gaming Gladiators, wow. I mean, I don't know whether to say Gaming Gladiators played that really well or if Royal Legions were just choking. I mean, the Divine Palm came out on the wrong target and then they died.
Hinterland Blast.
The Hinterland Blast, as apart from the Mighty Gust, I mean, a very interesting choice. He flew on in, he casted it straight away upon landing, and the Impale went, nah, you don't.
Yeah, that was crazy. So I'm not even sure if he actually wanted the Hinterland Blast there. Your guess is as good as mine there, but we're going to have to wait and see if they choose to fight this once more. Look at this Bullcrow going into clear, but no, they do back off. They've already got what they came for, Skimmy. They've got the XP advantage, they got the push, they got the curse. You know, they couldn't be
such a good curse for them because they've actually picked up 2 levels as a result. They had Golems pushing in top lane, which has now picked up a fault. They had the big minion wave in the bot lane pushing in, which has forced out Bullcrow to respond. And now, Starving, they're going to go for their own boss.
And rightfully so. What better time to get boss? And we, you know, in the past, Skimmy, we referred to boss as the throw pit. You know, the place where you go to lose the game. So, you know, in this sort of case, you've got the level advantage. You've got all members that they aren't there. No one's going to contest it. You're pretty safe.
But Royal Legions aren't stupid. They know what's going on. They said that the boss is being captured now. They've realized that they've rotated away. They're not pushing on that advantage. They're going to take their own boss. And it's whether or not Gaming Gladiators are in the situation to respond to this one. Right now, they're not postured for it. Li Ming and Anubrak did both go back. And they're going to basically go for a cheeky invade, steal away the golems, and they might actually try and siege and bot with their own boss.
Yeah, very, very aggressive. They do have their level advantage, so there are 1 talent tier up, which is quite serious at this stage of the game. It's the only real advantage that you have across the whole games of Heroes of the Storm. But look at this. Tongue action on the Bullcrow doesn't quite connect there. Unstoppable being popped as well, so Clean's already being used by Grumshot. And look at the stun coming out onto Dahaka. Silence as well is being used, so no one can see what's going on there. But a massive ultimate going on. Hinterland Blast as well from Kanyu, so that's already being used. Kanyu being popped so low as well. The zombie wall coming out from Zul. Oh, but that is just ridiculous there. The boss wailing across onto the... Oh, man, a kill onto Bullcrow as well during all that happening. Divine Palm not even being used. More not being used either as a defensive mechanism. And look at Kanyu going so deep now, actually getting a trade, but does get taken out as well. Bone Prism being used onto the Karazim Stasis now as he uses his ultimate, but does get out by jumping onto the Mirrodin.
Yeah, you know, they're going to siege on in those golems, and that boss just dropping now, doing a lot of damage already, Starving. That keep is, well, within a fingernail of death, really. It's super, super low. The Divine Palm, once again, playing dividends. You know, it just didn't connect when it needed to, and that's really what you're trying to do when you ban out the Luffy. You're trying to force somebody to go with the Divine Palm, see if they actually have the mechanics to force out those reactions.
Yeah, I mean, he saved himself, sure. So, I mean, using that quite effectively, but unfortunately, a lot of his teammates did fall there in that exchange. But I don't actually think Li Ming was there for the majority of the fight. I did see her hovering around the mid lane quite some time after that. But these tributes are really going into the side of Gaming Gladiators. I'm questioning if Royal Allegiance are just in a position where they don't want to fight, they don't believe they can fight for them, or maybe they're just a bit behind themselves.
Giant Killer now being picked up by Falster, and arguably so. You're going up against 3 beefy targets in that front line. You need to do as much damage as possible, and possibly why the Hinterland Blast was being picked up as well, just to try and blast everybody down, as opposed to utility to try and control the fight. So once again now, Gaming Gladiators is saying we have unfinished business in this bot hand side. We're going to go for it. The Royal Agents know what's up.
Yeah, definitely. So Elo, Can't You, Bullcrow, and Grumpshot are all there just waiting for the Zagara to rock up. All ultimates are available except for the Hinterland Blast. They can afford to wait for that a wee bit. A stun coming out of the left forest. You got a bit too cocky there, my friend, he says. And Bullcrow coming in now as well. Ancestral Healing just a bit too late. Skimmy, that was a really, really questionable play.
That's really greedy starving. I mean, he went for the disintegrate, and you're stationary. When your comp is based around you, you can't do silly things like that. He could just chuck out those arcane orbs, and you saw that alone would have been the safe, patient, and easy clean play.
That being said, though, Skimmy, I believe when you're using disintegrate, you can actually use your E to get out of it very quickly.
Well, you can cancel the R and jump out, but the Ancient Spear connected, and once that stun goes, it's curtains, and Dahaka taking a big beating too. Delphia caught off guard, didn't connect the Ancestral on time. They lost 2 for 3, and they are still a full level lead ahead, but mistakes like that slowly add up.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, they are getting a bit of the pressure back now. Only 1 level difference now for Team Royal Allegiance. They've played a bit of a catch-up game. They got the pick they wanted, or the picks, I should say. Very nicely orchestrated, I must have to say as well. And the easy camp is now returning for their side. So, I think they might be going to grab this just so they can relieve the pressure on the bot lane, or actually apply some of their own pressure, and maybe move their pressure to the other sides of the map.
Yeah, so it looks like Zul has been called down by the rest of the team, realizing that, hey, their golems are available. They're going to go for it, but they decide to not invade. They could have potentially done it, given they had that talent tier advantage. It is dwindling away now. Depends how Gaming Gladiators want to pan on out with this one. They do have a full minute until their boss is available. And right now, it seems as if they put Zul on wave clear duties, given the build he's gone for. Skeletons are the name of the game.
Yeah, and Zul can, comfortably get out of any fight, really. He's got the Bone Prism if he does get 1v1'd, but in this situation, they are getting a lot of information by where they're standing on the map. But look at this, it might be actually a 4v4 or 5v4 at the top lane. They are already postured around Delphia, Left Virus, and the Dahaka, as well as the Anubarak. Elo taking a grunt of the damage already. Avatar being popped as well. Ancestral Healing might be popped out of nervousness there, but a nice Interland Blast, not doing a whole lot, and nice Divine Palm coming out, as well as the ultimate from Whiskey here. Still doing massive damage in the Bone Prism being popped once more shortly, but nice stun coming out from Anubarak with the follow-up, and Elo going very low. Ancestral Healing goes, as he does go into that more, they are going to simply just disengage from this fight. I think that is the smartest decision.
Every ultimate across the board was chucked out. Muradin was dropping so close, and I thought maybe he's going to die in a 4v5 situation, and the fight almost turned on its head. Zul rocks up, and wow, I mean, that Ancestral was pretty much as close as you're going to ever call it.
Yeah, definitely. And the 2-man more really just being used as a disengage tool there. I actually think they know that this boss is being taken right now, considering the timing that they picked their own up. But they have to be wondering how they're going to deal with this. They are looking to go down and actually contest this. Will they get there in time?
Boss is already down to half.
Yeah, they aren't going to get there fast enough, I'm afraid. Elo is trying to get, look at this. This could be a very big play. Here comes the Bullcrow in the background as playing as the Sonya, and Damage coming in as well. No cooldowns are up at the moment.
Doesn't have Avatar.
He doesn't even have Avatar. Oh man, he's going solo. Bullcrow takes the position, but no, unfortunately not enough. Li Ming getting taken so much damage as well. Bullcrow might actually get the kill, but he does blink away.
Wow.
Nice, big reset, but wow, that's actually 2 kills and 3 kills. Oh my lord, are they going to be able to get any more? Left Virus is in a peculiar situation. They're getting chased by the Can't you? Can you please? Can he get the Li Ming? No, unlikely. Oh my lord, he's going to get stabbed.
Oh, he went so close for that kill. He chased to heaven and back, but he just didn't find it. And Left Virus, almost in a cheeky fashion, goes, wow. You can't get me here.
What was that? That was just like, imagine being the Falstad. You're running away, you're slowed, and you just see an orb chasing you.
It's almost like,
I'm dead.
I messed up, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry. Yeah, the
But
last
it's almost
word,
like you're on a
yeah.
treadmill and you have a bucket of KFC in
Yeah.
front of you. You're just like, I'll get it, I'll get it, I'll
But
get
you
it.
never get it.
But you never do.
Yeah, you never do. And then all that happens is you apologise for wasting so much time there. So look at this, Delphia going a bit deep here. Aloe coming in saying, nah, you're a support, mate. You're not going to get any kills. Oh, but here comes Dahaka for the support here. Nice ultimate being used as well. So he can't see. He's blind. Just help me, lads. Actually, just can't even see. But I didn't even notice that was going on this whole time. So the boss has been wailing on the
And they're going to
core
pick
for-
up a curse as well,
Oh
Stubbing.
my
This is so
lord.
detrimental right now. Royal Allegiance need to get themselves back in, but Zagara, gone.
Didn't even pop the more. So, you know, a big ultimate that they need right now more than ever. They need this so bad. But, Skimmy, to be honest, this looks like GG. I don't believe they'll be able to fight this one off. They are looking to fight as long as they can. Delphi already being popped very low, but 20% on the core. It simply looks like it's GG.
Yeah, GG indeed. Gaming Gladiators take out the win once again in this matchup, and Royal Allegiance still searching for a win.
Yeah, but, you know, there is a bit to talk about there, Skimmy, I believe. I just want to, you know, take a moment just to talk about this game. The level 10 coming out of Royal Allegiance. You know, some of the ultimates being picked. What was with that? Do you think there was a bit of a heat of the moment thing? Falstad flies in, tries to get the Hinterland Blast off. We didn't see Hinterland Blast being that effective.
Yeah, no, I'm not very convinced by it today. You know, it used to be the go-to ultimate for quite a while, but then people
So much
realized
damage.
utility. Hey, you know, wouldn't it be cool if I can actually position so my teammates can perform their role to a better extent? And as a result, there, you know, Mighty Gus is now the preferred ultimate for him. So not convinced by that Hinterland. Didn't really get as much value as I'd have liked to have seen. But potentially what they've been trying out in Scrim, something that they might have been practicing. Unfortunately, back to the drawing board.
Also think as well, such a tanky lineup for Gaming Gladiators in the sense that maybe Hinterland Blast wouldn't have been the better option. Maybe if they were going up a team comp that maybe had one front line, one tank, it may have worked wonderfully, but in that case, I'm afraid it didn't work out for them. So Gaming Gladiators taking that one, GG is their name and GG is their game, I guess you can say. And Kip Fox, who is the MVP for this game? Any comments out in the chat? Anyone liking any particular player?
They're actually calling for the Falstad guys. They seem to disagree with you on the Hinterland Blast calls.
Well, you know, we don't know anything.
Opinions are welcome. Opinions are welcome here.
Opinions are always welcome.
Opinions are always welcome. Well, you know, I'll pass it to you first of all. Who do you think was the MVP of that game, Starving?
Well, I'll look over this nice and quickly. I would have to say I really did like the Dahaka play. I felt like he was always there, always getting the action, always getting in the thick of it. That would probably be my decision. I would have to say the Dahaka there.
Yeah. If I was to look at it, really, I'd have to say it was Li Ming. Despite, you know, had a few shaky moments at times, but you look at that top damage, top siege damage really as well.
Yeah.
Had a few shaky moments, you know, questionably when she went for that siege on the keep in the bot lane, but really played that comp as it's meant to be done.
Yeah,
sitting in the back, letting your tanks do their business, and chucking out the damage. So
Exactly. The bow wow wows.
chucking out the bow wow wows, and especially that Falstad at the end, sort of clawing away like, "Please." But it wasn't going to be. So, well, if we're in a bit of a tie here for the Dahaka as well as the Li Ming.
Seems we're at a triangle of love here.
We're in a bit of a triangle of love. We're disputing against what the viewers at home think.
Yeah.
How do you want to settle this one?
How about we do a good old-fashioned rock, paper, scissors?
Oh, it's always going to go down to the rock, paper, scissors. This is what the ANZ meta is. Why not do it with rock, paper, scissors? Because it's better than pausing the game.
Yeah, Kid Fox, what do you think? We'll do rock, paper, scissors?
You may as well, boys. I mean, it was quite a good game, and I mean, the Gaming Gladiators just too strong.
Too strong. Well, you know, my pick's Dahaka, yours, Li Ming, Lav Virus, so it's between Koranian and LA Virus, and let's get the show underway. So this is what you've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Forget the Heroes of the Storm.
This is drafting at a next
Drafting.
level.
This
you know?
is
This is the
dance.
mind game, it's the psychological banter right now. So bring your best game, mate.
Right. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, paper, scissors.
Oh,
Takes it away. You, my friend Dahaka, do a haka. You, of course, from New Zealand. I hope so. Kamate, colder, man. You know what you're doing. You get, you go to the draw for the Playtronics MVP award, the headset.
Gamestah, where the plays are just so good that they have to be decided by rock, paper, scissors at the
Exactly.
end. Well, we bring in all the action here, ladies and gentlemen. Crisis is the man behind the wizard behind the curtain, pushing the buttons. And we do apologise for the slight lagginess of the stream. It is the backup PC rig. The main one is currently still being repaired. There was a minor setback there, but again, apologies. But Wow, we have got some games coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're still waiting on the results of G5 and Fission, as well as Fusion and Tetris. So we'll be back very, very soon. But this time, it was Gaming Gladiators taking down Royal Allegiance here at the Gamestah Heroes of the Storm Ember Series.